Alright everyone, welcome back to another Diablo 4 guide for the casual player. I'm Captain Beefy, this is the Game Vault, and we're going to talk about stuff to do now that you've hit level 10. Congratulations, you're level 10, yay! Alright, that's a huge thing. So let's cue up to music and we'll get right into what's new. Alright, so now that you're level 10, you do have the ability to go over to your local blacksmith here, interact with him, and upgrade items. And the way you upgrade items is simple. You select the item you want to upgrade, bring it over, you can preview it and see what will be upgraded. So we start off with 108 armor, and we can upgrade it to 117. It'll cost us 400 gold and 10 leather. Just an example there. Now, do I recommend upgrading at this level? No, I really don't. It's kind of a waste of materials and money at this point in time, especially on your initial playthrough when both of those things are a little tight. I could easily do it for this guy because I've got, you know, tons of money, 21 million, and tons of resources, but even I'm not going to do that because even if I upgrade the item a few points, it's going to be worthless in very short amount of time. So yeah, don't do it. You know, just keep getting your new items that you keep finding everywhere, and you know, upgrade by locating new stuff. That's my recommendation, at least. But you know, again, it's your game, do what you want. Another great thing that we can do now is go over here to our alchemist, and she will increase the potency of your healing potion.
You certainly have the look of someone who spends a lot of time in the wilds. I expect you also want some of my elixirs, but let's focus on your healing potion for now. I have some extra materials we can use this time. If you want to improve your healing potion further or craft any elixirs, you'll need to source your own ingredients. I'll not leave these walls. Never again.
Alright. So, we'll talk to her, and you can see we go from a weak healing potion that heals 17 life and 35% of our maximum life over 3 seconds to one that heals 48 life. So it's a significant jump, right? All it's going to cost us is 2 Gallo Vine. Where do we find that? We're going to talk about that afterwards. So let's go ahead and upgrade that. And you can see the next upgrade's at level 20, and that's going to require Gallo Vine and Bite Berry. This isn't all she can do, though. She can also make elixirs, and what you see here is going to be vastly different from what I see right now, because again, these are unlocked due to me having, you know, a high level character. But as you can see, we've got some that require level 10, some that require level 5, and again, they use different crafting materials. You got howler moss and gallo vine and bite berry. There's blight shade here, Redamine, Lifespan, what else? Tons of different stuff. Angel Breath, Crushed Beast Bones. Make a note of that, because those are very handy, and you want to get a hold of them whenever you can. And they're a little hard to find, but we'll talk about that. So, in addition to that, we can refine resources. Now, the way this works is we can turn one resource into another. So we can make rawhide and turn it into refined leather. So if you need something and you don't have it on you, you may be able to make it from something else. Silver ore we can make from iron chunks, redamine we can make from gallavine, lifespan from gallavine. It all has a cost both in materials and gold to do so. So be wise about it, you know. Howler moss we can make into gallavine. We can make Gallavine out of a ton of stuff. Blightshade, Biteberry. So, see how that works there. And then we can also craft incenses. Incenses are similar to your elixirs. They just don't last as long. If you look at the elixirs, elixirs last for 30 minutes. Okay? That doesn't show you on here, but when you actually have... Let's make some, and we'll talk about that. So, whoop. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. We're going to make some anyway. So we'll make these. These are nice. Armor by 50, thorns by 25, experience by 5%. We're going to make 10 of them. $10,000. And it costs us 50 Galavine and 50 Bite Berries. But as you can see, they last for 30 minutes. Now, I do recommend making elixirs at all times. And it doesn't matter which one you make, as long as you can use it. In the beginning, you're very limited. But the 5% experience, especially when you're first going through, I think it's priceless, you know. For what it costs and how easy it is to get the stuff to make it, even if you just make the crappiest of elixir, yeah, why not? Now, as you can see, something like this, this requires level 70, of course, but these only last 20 minutes, the incenses, but they do similar things. This one increases thorns by 250 for every nearby player, so that's good if you're playing in a group. Increase all stats by 15 for every nearby player. Increases dexterity by 25 for every nearby player. Great for multiplayer situations when you are in a party and stuff like that. That's when I recommend using these. Otherwise, they're a lot more expensive and they require a lot more stuff to make them. So, you know, that's completely up to you. Now let's talk about where you find these things. And you're going to find them in various locations. I think Galavine and, what was the other one? Biteberry are probably some of the easiest to find. These are plants located all around the place, in every region. Different regions have different types of plants available to them. You'll see them. Here's one right here. Oh, let's go ahead. There's a little... Yeah, making some friends out here. Alright. Just ignore those red things. Those are something you won't have access to till later. Look at this. Iron chunks you find by hitting those big piles of ore, which you'll find around town. And going back to what we were looking at. Sorry, Bear. This is Galavine. You pick it, and there's 7 of it. You're going to find it all over the place. So every time you see it, grab it. Some of the other stuff you can find randomly by fighting different enemies and so forth. It's always a huge help, and you know, it doesn't cost you anything to pick it up. It doesn't take up room in your inventory that you could better use some other way, so you may as well. You may as well gather it up when you can. Now, another thing you're going to want to look out for, and I think this is a great way to gain experience, and we're going to find one. I believe there's one, yeah, right up ahead here. And you see this little icon. It's in pink. For you, it'll be white, unless it's a way to play through. These are called cellars. They're mini dungeons. Just get rid of all these guys first. Yeah, these are little mini dungeons. And look, I didn't even take my advice and take an elixir. We'll take one before we go in there. Now you'll notice right above my experience bar, right above the number 10 showing my level, I have that indicator there showing that I have experience running. We also have a new ability to fill out, so let's go ahead and do that. What do you got here? Shadow Imbuement. Yeah, we're getting up to our, I think this is the ultimate down there, right? Yeah. Cool. Alright, so this is the Savina hideout. These are great. You go in, they're all structured almost identically. I mean, some of them are more cave-like, but they have a foyer in the opening part of it, like this, you know. Then they have a main room, and the main room usually involves a battle. Well, sometimes there's an event going on in there too, and you can double dip, especially if you've already been in the place before. So it's pretty much always like this. Clear out the area. And there we go. We've got the hideout done. 1,000 XP, 440 gold for it. We get a little dagger. Lots of goodies. And of course, the higher level you are, the better off you are in what you find. So I do recommend doing these whenever you come across them, especially at low levels. It just seems to be a nice quick detour and a good way to, you know, make a couple XP on the fly without having to do too much, you know. And if you're concentrating on the story, it's not going to hurt to do those because it's not really going to take you away from what you're doing for very long. It's just a quick little jaunt downstairs. That's that. So yeah, you definitely want to take advantage of the XP bonus. It'll help you level quickly. And always make sure that you have your potion upgrade to the highest level you can upgrade it to. Now, we spoke about beast bones earlier. That's one of the requirements for making potions and incense and stuff like that. That can be a little hard to come by. My buddy and I both had some trouble finding it in the beginning, and then, you know, they say it comes from animals, and it does. You know, it does. You go out there and you can fight bears and stuff like that and get it once in a while. The thing I found personally most effective for me when I'm looking for beast bones, however, is spiders. Spiders are the best. So if you ever find, and there are some out there, a dungeon that features mainly spiders, or one of these little cellars that feature spiders, go in there and farm it, you know. Go in, boom, clean it out, come out. It takes about 3 minutes to reset, or you can leave the game and go back into the game, farm it again, yada yada yada, and you'll come away with beast bones eventually. There's no guarantee to the drop. I don't know if it's tied to your level or anything like that, but that's where I found most of mine, it seems, is by killing spiders. And it's not so much that maybe spiders drop them more, it's just when you're fighting spiders, the sheer volume of them is just insane. Tons and tons of them just seem to appear. So, looks like we got one other thing. Oh, he does want us to upgrade something, so we're just going to upgrade something for the hell of it right now. Let's get rid of all that and make sure that we can upgrade. Let's do our helm, since it's kind of nice. Now you see here, and I'm glad I did this, because it shows you not only it upgrades the armor, it also upgrades the abilities that it does. So instead of 6 willpower, I'm getting 7. You know, instead of the healing received being 1.0, it's 1.1, and the lightning resistance jumps up to 8.2. I'm sorry. So there it is, and you can upgrade multiple times. And we're going to do it just for the hell of it, based on what resources you have and what money you have. And now my helm is significantly more powerful than it was. You know, it's gone up 15 levels of power. So it went up from 128 to 130, 143 in power, 179 armor, 1.3 healing, 8 willpower, and 9.6 lightning resist. So there's a benefit to it. And again, that's up to you personally, and how well you're doing with money and resources. It'll depend on whether or not you do it. But I guarantee you, by the time I hit level 20, I will be using a different helmet, you know, so the benefits will be short-lived, unfortunately. But that's just the way the game goes. All right? So I hope this little, you know, casual guide helped you out today. If it did, please leave a like on it down below.
This will
Don't forget
be
to
your last greetings.
All right, Fortnite. So anyway, please leave a like on the video down below if you found it enjoyable or useful at all. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. I'm going to be doing Diablo Casual Player videos, you know, pretty much daily, as often as I can. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.